I'm just going to finish with this poem called Pride. And I should say, for anyone that doesn't know, that Igbo is the name of a Nigerian tribe. I bet you everybody knew that. Did you all know that? Oh, that's nice. Hardly anybody ever will shout out, no, that's great. Yes, I was down in London doing a poetry gig there. It's funny how we poets call readings gigs. It's really sad and pathetic just to pretend we're pop stars. We meet each other in the road and say, done any good gigs recently? Yes, Milton Keynes Central Library. Anyway, and I was coming back on the night train back to Manchester here where I live, and so something like this happened on the train. Pride. When I looked up, the black man was there, staring into my face, as if he'd always been there, as if he and I went a long way back. He looked into the dark pool of my eyes as the train slid out of Euston. For a long time this went on, the stranger and I looking at each other, a look that was like something being given from one to the other. My whole childhood, I'm quite sure, passed before him, the worst things I've ever done, the biggest lies I've ever told, and he was a little boy on a red dust road. He stared into the dark depths of me, and then he spoke. Igbo, he said. Igbo, definitely. Our train rushed through the dark. You're an Igbo, he said, thumping the table. My coffee jumped and spilled. Several sleeping people woke. The night train boasted and whistled through the English countryside, past unwritten stops in the blackness. That nose is an Igbo nose. Those teeth are Igbo teeth, the stranger said, his voice getting louder and louder. I'd no doubt from the way he said it that Igbo noses are the best noses in the whole world. The Igbo teeth are perfect pearls. People were walking down the trembling aisle to come and take a look as the night train babbled against the window. There was a moment when my whole face changed into a map, and the stranger on the train located even the name of my village in Nigeria in the lower part of my jaw. I told him what I'd heard was my father's name, Okafor. He told me what it meant, something stunning, something so apt and astonishing. Tell me, I asked the black man on the train, who was himself transforming at roughly the same speed as the train, and could have been at any stop my brother, my father as a young man, or any member of my large clan. Tell me about the Igbos. His face had a look I've seen in a McLachlan, a MacDonald, a MacLeod, the most startling thing, pride. Now that I know you're an Igbo, we will eat. He produced a spicy meat patty, ripping it into two. Tell me about the Igbos. The Igbos are small in stature, not tall like the Yoruba or the Hausa. The Igbos are clever, reliable, dependable, faithful, true. The Igbos should be running Nigeria. There would be none of this corruption. And what, I asked, are the Igbos' faults? I smiled my newly acquired Igbo smile, flashed my gleaming Igbo teeth. The train grabbed at a bend. Faults? No faults. Not a single one. If you went back, he said, brightening, the whole village would come out with you. Massive celebrations. Definitely, definitely. He opened his arms wide. The eldest grandchild, fantastic welcome, if the grandparents are alive. I saw myself arriving, the hot dust, the red road, the trees heavy with other fruits, the bright things, the flowers. I saw myself watching the old people dance towards me, dressed up for me in happy prints, and I found my feet. I started to dance. I danced a dance I never knew I knew. Words and sounds fell out of my mouth like seeds. I astonished myself. My grandmother was like me, exactly, only darker. When I looked up, the black man had gone. Only my own face startled me in the dark train window. Thank you very much.